Hello everyone, Amy with Campbell Creations, and today we are going to do a short, simple tutorial using the last of my small beads from Bargain Bead Box July 2024. So, what I also received is after my latest big haul, I did put in another small order because I kind of can't help myself. But this Finding 2503, these little links here, we're going to be using today. Let me get out my metals and I'll show you these links. I just really like these. And these are actually the inspiration for this whole thing we're going to be doing today. Because when I received these, I was like, yes, those are great. Those would go so well with you know, the maroon, the coppery colors, and the picture jasper. So we're going to be using those today. Again, that was Finding 2503. Don't remember the price right off, but it is beadboxbargains.com, so we know it's a good price, right? Yep, right. Okay, so I have some eye pins out. I have a toggle because we're going to use a toggle. This will be a triple strand bracelet. Imagine that. It's been a little while. I needed another triple strand. We are going to have some of these bigger 10mm jump rings that we'll have at the end. So we'll be tying the strands to the jump rings tying to our toggle. And then I have some of these antique bronze Rhinestone rondelles, and these I got on a strand at Hobby Lobby that had a bunch of metals and spacers that were all together on a strand, and these were some of those that was on it. And I do have some antique bronze clamshell connectors. We'll be using those. So that part out of the way, let's talk about beads. So I wanted two smaller strands and a chunkier strand in the center. That's what I like. If you've seen any of my other tutorials with my triple strands, that's my favorite. So we're going to be using the 6mm matte picture jasper. We'll be using our red rainbow jasper rondelles. And then for our center strand, I wanted to pull in some of these 8mm picture jaspers. And so that way the center strand is a little bit chunkier, but what I'm thinking I'm going to do here is I'm going to string the outer two strands, and I'm going to make links for the center bigger strand. So let's knock out our two side strands real quick, and then we'll talk about that focal strand. Now, when I make triple strand bracelets, typically I have one already ready. I didn't today, so this is going to be a pretty quick tutorial anyways, so we'll just make it all together. So my outer strands, I just wanted to be absorbed by this red rainbow jasper and this picture jasper, and then our center will pull in a little bit of other components. But in the center, I did want, let's see how I wanted to do this. I think I wanted red jasper with a rondelle in the middle, kind of as that bit of a center focal. And then let's do a couple of the picture jasper on either side. So we'll put those on. And then I'm going to kind of make this opposite. I'm going to do two of our red jasper, one of our 6mm guys, two red jasper. And this is going to be our pattern for these outside strands. Again, simple, but rustic and cute. It will go with some of the other things we've made for July's Bargain Bead Box. And I did want to make some room in my containers for the new box that's going to be coming, because I'm not only getting Bargain Bead Box, I'm also getting Sam's Bead Box. I'm excited. I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. I'm excited that I get to share in more of the same beads that you guys have. So not only am I sharing and having the same beads that you do for Bargain Bead Box, but it will also be for Sam's Bead Box. And that makes me happy. Maybe I can give you some inspiration for some of your designs, and you guys can give me some inspiration with some of your designs. Campbell's Creators on Facebook really is just blowing me away with the beauty of your designs. Ladies, you are awesome. And I'm looking at some of them like, man, they're blowing me out of the water. This is awesome. Love it. Love it, love it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what our length is here. Since we're going to be hooking to a bigger jump ring and then a toggle, I don't want it to be too long. I was hoping to have right at about 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hey, I'm missing 2 end beads. Maybe that'll give us our 6 that we're looking for. And if not, we can switch it up a little. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yep, we've got enough. All right. I kind of put this red jasper heavy and was thinking, ooh, am I going to have enough? I knew what I kind of wanted it to be, but just knock it out real quick on what's in my mind directly with you. So we're making this other side strand. So we'll do the 2 picture on either side. So in the last tutorial, I was asking you all what you thought about possibly making some men's jewelry. And I had been thinking about it for a couple days, and of course the video released yesterday, but I had recorded it the day before. But I have not been able to stop thinking about it. And yesterday I tried a leather project out, and you know, really for any guy's pieces, they're unisex, because I'm going through thinking, I'd wear those. I'd wear this too. So I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. I think that'll be good, especially for someone that, you know, likes jewelry, likes pieces, but isn't a big fan of blingy or bright and shiny. I have a couple things that might be good for someone like that. And with Christmas coming up, I mean, here we are. I'll tell you, as soon as it gets time for school to be starting, I'm thinking, oh, okay, Christmas shopping. I'm not one to run out last month and get everything and deal with the crowds and nah. So let's see, I do want these to match. So I'm off. So I have too many on one side and not enough on the other. Here we go. That looks about more like it. So let's go ahead and crimp these off and then we'll make our focal strand. So, and actually, let's not crimp these off. Let's make our focal strand, check the length, and then decide. That way you never know, we could end up changing something up here. So here's what I'm thinking. I wanted to pull these in, but since we have so much of that red rainbow jasper here, I didn't really want too much of that in that focal strand, but I'm thinking just for the center, so that the center is the same throughout. And sometimes, you know, I would think that I don't want that. I want that little bit of bling to be separated, but I don't think so this time. I'm not thinking so. So that would still be the center to match the others. So let's bend him down and we'll get the other ones made up. So on the others, I think I'm just going to be doing one of the 8mm picture jasper, one of the blingy rhinestone rondelles, and another 8mm picture jasper. That way it's kind of pulling from the side strands that red. So let's do that. Let's do 4 of those and then we'll see where we are with our length. There's that one. So for any of you that hadn't heard on one of the other tutorials, or if this is your first time in, this year we had, well, last year into this year, we had a foreign exchange student that lived with us for 10 months, Nori, and we just love her. She is and will always be our family, and she had to go back to Pakistan the 11th of June, and she's been doing really good, but she contacted yesterday and she has been accepted into a college there. She's wanting to get some of her schooling done there in Pakistan and then come back home. Come back home. Yes, come back home to the US and finish out her schooling. She wants to be a criminal psychologist. And more power to her. There's no way I could do something like that. But she's so smart. She's so smart, and she knows exactly what she wants to do, and she has thoughts and a plan on how she wants to do it, and I sure hope everything works out like she's hoping, because then that would be great for us, right? Great for us. She calls me Amy, which is mom in Urdu, and my husband Nate is Abu, which is dad or papa in Urdu. It worked out really well for me being Amy. Ami. Man, I totally miss her. She is awesome. She is awesome. But that was really exciting news yesterday. We're just rolling these guys up. Okay, so let's see where we are. And our little links here, I was wanting to be on either side of our little center focal, and then we would have these coming off the sides. So let's see. That'd be about right. Maybe a little bit off, but when it comes to triple strands, if the sides are just a tad bit longer than the center, or if the center is a tad bit longer than the sides, it can still work out really nicely. So let's plan on this, and we'll see what it looks like also when it all comes together. So let's set these aside. Boy, I'm glad that worked out. So let's set these aside, and we will close up our side strands. So we're going to get some of our number 2 crimps. And it doesn't matter what color because I'm going to use clamshell connectors. Look at that guy. He's a big guy. Okay, so we'll start with this one. I better bead bug him. You never know with me. And these side strands are pretty lightweight. Bring him up here, give him a real tight squeeze. Have I mentioned that I love these pliers? In case I haven't, I love these pliers. Get him closed up, and we'll go to the other side. And this strand here, the wire that I'm using is Flexrite 21 in clear. And I cut my links to be what I was thinking would be about 8 inches. It looks more like I got 9. So, okay, so let's roll this guy up in my hand a little bit. Yeah, that's an awful lot. I'm going to make earrings with that. Get him settled. Roll him up. Get this settled in here. Give a good pull as we close him up. Just making sure he's good and pinched. Trim off our excess. We will put that up here. We will be using that for earrings. And we'll close her up and do the other side. I love these rondelles and 8mm for these bracelets. They have just enough of a little bit of weight, but their movement is amazing. I love them. So let's bead bug one side of this guy. Clamshell and our crimp tube. next week, the week of the 12th, I will be in Baltimore, Maryland. And then I come home for a few days. And then the following week, I am in Dallas. And I am almost done with summer travel. That's great. It's great news. A lot of work outside of work travel during the summer. So I'll be home for a full 2 weeks after Dallas. Like an actual 2 weeks, not a couple days plus a week. Summers are busy. But after Baltimore and Dallas, and I'm home for a couple weeks, then just have one more trip, and then it's done for the summer. Then I can kind of get back to normal again. There we go. So we have our 2 side strands. So let's make our center strand. Let's see here. So I know I want to attach these links to the center here. Question is, do I want to jump ring them? I think I want to put them together and test them before I jump ring them, because I think it would look a lot cleaner without the added jump rings, but it may not give it enough flow, like flow that we want to see and we want to feel. So let's just try this out. So I'm going to open this guy and put our link on. Then open the other side and put that link on. Now, these links are two-sided, so it doesn't matter there. However, there is a difference in them from the top to the bottom. So depending on what you're wanting for yours, you will want to either make them, for mine, I want them to be the same. So I want to have those bottoms attached to each of these. And then we'll be attaching our 8mm guys to our focal link. Then we'll do that same on the other side here. So we'll connect him. That looks pretty cool. I like that. So I had to do a little pause right there because Tristan came down for work and he's a little early. So like I said, I knew this was going to be a quick tutorial, and I knew also I didn't have a whole lot of time this morning, but that I really wanted to make this and I really wanted to use these little links. So typically, I am not still recording when he's awake, or when anyone's awake, typically. Let's check our length. Let's check what it looks like. Oh, that length's pretty short. We're gonna want a little more than that, I think. Yeah, we're gonna want a little more than that. So let's see, based on that length. I don't want to do too much. I'm almost thinking of just adding a jump ring to these last two links that would make them just long enough, because if I added another link, it would be too long. I don't want to jump ring them. Let's do a baby link at the end with just these. And I do have some small eye pins. So let's try this. I love these for one bead links. So let's see. I don't know if this will need to be cut or not. Yeah, I'll cut that a little bit. Then we'll peek at what this does. We'll do that faded color on both sides. He went a little sideways. Let's fix that up. All right, so let's see what we're thinking about this. And let's see what it thinks about us on this sizing. Let's see. Okay. Hey, I like that. That'll do, right? That'll do. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way here. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to jump ring to this ring, and this ring is going to connect to that ring. I think it's impossible to just get a couple jump rings, right? Let's make sure. Let's see if that can close anymore. Let's see. Maybe a little bit. This one definitely needs it. These are tough little boogers. Let's try with some of our other pliers. So I put up my blue handled ones because I didn't think I'd be using them anymore, but maybe I'll bring them back out just in case I need two pairs of tough ones. That's not going to work. Okay, maybe this isn't as short as I originally anticipated, but I'm so glad I'm not alone. Thank you for being here with me. One sec, I'm going to get a new ring. These size I don't use very often, so they're not in the high real estate area. Oh, high real estate area is the area directly around me here. It's high and expensive real estate to be there because you better be something I use all the time if you're going to be right here. that makes any sense. All right, let's open him up a little more. Okay. Actually, yeah, let's do this. And it doesn't feel right. I'm used to my reds when I'm doing this. This one, yeah, if the others are, I may as well jump ring him. I kind of left this end thinking I'd be opening it, but we're gonna jump ring him. So let's make sure he's nice and tidy. Okay, so let's see these come together here. Just a little bit. I'm telling you, I have started recording later this morning, and still, now that I'm recording, the kids, cats, yeah, decide it's time to play and run back and forth right next to me. Right next to me. Every time. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay. Knock out this other side. Closed up. That does look cool. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so then we will, I think it would be the safest bet to ring them to the toggle. That way this isn't, yeah, we'll need to do that. Put our toggle side on. Bring it over here and do that other side. Then let's do a quick measure to see what our total length is. If that's not going through, that ring isn't either. And this is a two-sided toggle. So our total length, let's peek here. Those will be in each other, so I'm not going to count all of that. We're about 7. I'm notorious for making these too big for me. Let's peek. Scooch my blingy bracelet back. I love stacking bracelets. Not quite sure I'd stack these two together, but this may not be too bad. Oh, this is cool. This is beautiful. I like that. It's maybe a little bit big, kind of comes down a little bit here. I may, if I find a smaller one of these rings, I may put a smaller one of these on here. That would help me with my length just a little bit, and it would allow me to remove this other jump ring, and then I think it would be perfect. But I love the look of that. The whole time I was doing these projects for July 2024, I was thinking, you know, I know silver's with this, and silver's beautiful with it, but I was thinking antique bronze the whole time. Love it, love it. So, thank you, my friends, for being here with me today. This was a shorter tutorial, something simple, easy, but I really just wanted to make this, and I wanted to make it with you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And until we meet back again right here on this bead mat, know I'm looking forward to it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.